some of the supplies for their patients, because they feel for the patients, and they even things down to syringes and needles, etc.
Yeah, patients. I know that we are aware of that. That patients are expected to purchase their needles. When they are given these IV drugs, they need to be pushed into a chamber, and if they don't have chambers, the patients are asked to purchase from the pharmacy. Nurses have often purchased those things for patients, or they won't. I met a few nurses in New Zealand who came back with loads of those stuff to bring to their wards for their patients.
Try to help the patients who cannot afford.
Whatever we can get from others, we bring in for, to ease their loads and so forth. But I know patients in the surgical wards are asked to buy their plaster, the tape, micropore to use for their dressings. They're even asked to buy their dressings.
When did this start, that they have to buy even simple supplies like that?
It's been going on, I think, before COVID. Those things have been, we know that they were happening, and patients were asking, why are we buying these? We're buying needles. Patients who have to have 5 days of injection, they're told to go and get they're given a prescription to go and buy the syringes and needles.
What is the state of the maternity hospital? We've heard horrific stories about how our mothers, new mothers, are being treated. Nurses definitely are seeing that from the nurses' perspective. Are you concerned on what our mothers are going through?
We are concerned about everything in the hospital. Sometimes we are just looking at the general hospital, we forget about the maternity unit. Because the maternity unit is supposed to be the clean part of the hospital, because mothers come in to deliver babies. And what we know is that the delivery suites, the ceilings were falling off, and at one stage, I think it was early this year, that a mother and baby, they were just missed by a falling piece of the ceiling, almost injuring both of them. But apart from that, there are those horrific stories. I think the public already knows, and what the FNA was more concerned about was the fact that in emergencies, some of those mothers have to be carried. When the lifts were not working, mothers had to be carried by the nurses and the security down the step, or would be taken right across to the other side of the hospital, the old, this part of the hospital, the old medical wards. Over
so the lift is not working?
Yeah, when the lifts were not working.
Lifts are not working.
But that's the only lift that was working at that time. So they would bring the mother right down to that side.
Carrying her, because
and
then had to get wheelchair, etc.
Yeah, and then wheel them right across to outside, and then to the other side of the hospital to get into theater. And these are laboring mothers, and it's just amazing how people have endured all these kind of dangerous contexts to work in, and it's just we are not allowed to lift heavy objects. Even half your weight, you're not supposed to be doing that. But nurses are lifting heavy patients, lifting heavy objects, and it's just inhuman. And I don't really want to talk about all those dangerous stuff.